Hello and welcome to another edition of a Click Boom Podcast. How you doing? I'm Chris DJ DarkwingD Taylor. Along with me, as always, Clint icebug Block. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Glad to
Pretty great
hear.
day so far.
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. A little warm out in my neck of the woods, but
Yeah.
I could probably just turn my air conditioning on or something. Who knows? Who knows? So we had a week off,
Yep.
so we got a lot of ground to cover.
Oh yeah.
First of all, our normal. Hey, how was your last week?
Last 2 weeks have been not too bad. Still grinding through work.
Yeah.
Oh, so close to there. I have 2 days left. I have to work today, and then I have to work tomorrow, and then I have a week off for no reason at all. No reason at all.
Well, that's nice.
Yep.
So,
There's
so
a
I get
reason.
to have
We'll get to it later, though.
So I get to have a little bit of fun next week.
Oh yeah, why is that?
So our news guy is going on vacation.
Ooh.
So our afternoon guy is coming in to do the morning show, and I'm getting pushed onto news for the next fucking week.
Is that actually good or not?
No, I hate it. It's gonna suck so bad. I mean, I have no interest in doing news,
hmm
and so it's just gonna be a really long freaking week with a lot of extra work, unfortunately.
Well, I hope that you make it through it. So.
Yeah, it's not going to be too bad. I'm just going to bitch the whole way through it, though. So, well, let's jump right into things because, like I said, we got a lot to talk about this week. Let's go back about a week and a half to the ESL drug scandal.
Yeah, dude, I read about that. What the heck is going on there?
So they were apparently Cloud. I want to say it was Cloud9. Yeah, Cloud9 was using performance-enhancing drugs. In reality, it was. Oh,
Adderall.
what was it again?
Adderall.
Adderall, yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one. I'm sitting here like, which is the one for the hyper people? Yes, Adderall. And like they're not gonna. Okay, first of all, I want to know because it's not in the rule books. Do you think it was bad that this, should they be punished for this?
I mean, it wasn't in the rule books. However, you were using it specifically to get an advantage over everybody else. So
Yeah,
you knew what you were doing was probably wrong, but it just wasn't listed in the rule books yet.
yeah.
So I think they probably should, but I don't know.
I kind of have to agree with ESL on this one. While completely scummy and wrong that it wasn't in the rule book.
So
They're
they left it.
changing that now, so it is, but they're not going to retroactively go back and do it. But now they're going to start randomly drug testing people. And honestly, I think this is a move in the right direction.
Yep. Everybody was saying it was heralding in the rise of esports. Now they're legitimate because they've had a drug scandal. It's like, that's so bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know if it makes them legit, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, to me, it was kind of an amusing situation.
Yeah.
But you know what? We are one step closer to being an actual sport because, well, now we even have fucking drug testing.
Yeah. I mean, that's
So,
all right, I guess. Sure, why not?
you know what? I'm just waiting for the first person to get caught, and you're gonna have people on both sides like we have for this one. Oh, it's fine. Blah 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 blah. Oh my God, crucify him and set him on fire.
Right, yeah.
And it's going to be fairly amusing when that does come down. Hopefully, it doesn't happen to like one of my favorite players or something. I'm not too big into the Counter Strike scene. I enjoy watching it. I enjoy playing it. Suck terribly at it. But I'm just kind of waiting for that to finally come crashing down on everything. So, what major esport do you think is going to get the first big scandal now that it's illegal with ESL?
Well, they're the only ones that actually have it as actually illegal, but I don't know. I'm
Well,
sure that they'll add it to the.
between ESL one and
Oh, just
like
add
Intelligent
ESL.
Masters. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Um,
my pick is StarCraft.
yeah, they're the most like, if you do one tiny thing wrong, you messed up your entire game. So they have the
Yeah.
most to gain from using something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll go with that too. I'll go with StarCraft. That makes most sense.
Gotcha. And in reality, I think it is going to be CS:GO first because there's just
That's just how they
I
are.
don't know if it's that prevalent of a thing in Dota or League of Legends. Um, I could definitely see it being somewhat big, especially in Korean StarCraft. But there's just so many more people that play CS:GO that I think it's going to be those guys first. So
Sure.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So another big thing that came out recently was Bethesda announced the Fallout Anthology is coming out. Did you see that? I posted it up on the Facebook page.
Oh, I definitely saw that.
Oh, dude, how cool is that? It comes in a little mini nuke, and it's Fallout, Fallout 2, Fallout Tactics, Fallout 3, and Fallout New Vegas. Like, holy crap.
Are these like, are they doing anything with the game, or is it just like a copy of the Steam key or whatever for it?
You know what? I don't know. I haven't really seen more than just when they first like really kind of announced it. It looks like they're going to give you possibly the actual CDs, which would be nice.
Well, because when we were talking about when we played New Vegas, I was saying I really wish that they released like a definitive version or some sort of HD remaster,
Oh
just
yeah,
so it was on a different engine and wasn't as much of a pile of crap as far as crashing and having all sorts of bugs and stuff.
yeah. I don't. Probably not.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but I didn't know if they announced anything like that because
No.
that would have been amazing. But I mean, oh well.
Yeah. It's going to cost $49.99, which I think is a heck of a deal. Hopefully, it won't freaking sell out as fast as the Pit Boys did.
Yeah,
That
those
that,
sell out really
that
fast.
kind of pissed me off, to be honest. Like, they basically just let, for the most part, a bunch of like scammers buy a shitload.
Sure.
I shouldn't even say scammers, but resellers
Right.
buy a shitload of them, and they're just going to resell them and make a crap load of money. While people like you and me that legitimately wanted to buy one, but maybe had to wait a paycheck or two,
Yeah.
and now we get kind of screwed. And they've even announced that they're not even going to. They can't put any more out at this point. Like
Uh,
that's it.
I feel like somebody else is gonna make one though, and just make a duplicate of it, and then try and skirt around the law, saying hey, it's something else, it's for cosplay or whatever, and then it's literally the exact same thing. Cause
By the way, you're all robot-y again.
dang it. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Let
Let me.
sound like a mixture between a raptor and a Wookiee.
It's okay.
Like you remember the raptors like kind of breathing and they have that little kind of purring hiss thing
Yeah.
in the first Jurassic Park? Yeah, that's totally what it sounds like.
I don't have a problem with that.
All right, let's just move on. Fuck it.
Okay.
So, what was the other thing about that? Well, you know, they might put one out. They actually announced a Fallout 4 loot crate coming later this year to kind of coincide with the release of Fallout 4.
That's pretty great.
So you might actually get one in that. I actually unsubscribed after a underwhelming loot crate these past couple of months. This one wasn't too bad, but it's just, you know, not that good. I'll probably end up getting at least this one.
Yeah, I mean, do you get any warning beforehand when you actually like, hey, the next one's gonna be our Fallout one?
No, they'll probably put something out. They at least give you the theme beforehand. Like next month is Villains 2. This past one was Heroes 2. The only good thing from it was one of those little, I want to call them PopCap, but I know that's not it.
Just pop figures.
Yeah, that's it. That's probably why I was thinking Pop.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, PopCap is those shitty Flash games. Whatever. They made Plants vs. Zombies, so they're good in my book.
Yeah.
I was just playing that the other night, actually. But no, a little Batman one came in there.
Okay.
Yeah, and there was also a bat symbol that had a flathead, Phillips head, screwdriver, and a bottle opener. Those things were kind of nice, but there was no T-shirt in this one either, which kind of sucked. But I don't know. There was this other one that I was looking at, and I'm trying to remember what it was called. Hold on, Geek. Let me like Google this real quick.
Okay.
Because there was another one that was, No, that's not Nerd Block. That's the one. It's a toy subscription box, and it's like specifically supposed to be for nerds.
Okay.
But they have like different versions of it, and if their
Hmm.
fucking website wants to load, okay. So they have the classic, which is kind of like everything. They have the arcade one that's all gaming stuff, horror, which is well pretty obvious horror stuff. One that's just comic stuff, and then they have a boys and girls one that's for little kids.
Oh, okay. That's pretty
So
nice.
it's a little more expensive than Loot Crate by about $5,
Hmm.
but it looks like the quality is just a lot better, and it's called nerdblock.com.
Cool. That
So
sounds fun.
I might check that one out. The next one ships on the 25th, so there's still like 24 days.
Yeah, speaking of monthly loot boxes, that article you posted, dude, I am 100% on board with the Nintendo loot box.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that one next. So basically, Nintendo's like, hey, maybe we should get into the whole Loot Crate thing.
Oh, you
So
should, Nintendo. You should.
absolutely should. They would take a. You know what? It would really push rivalry because right now everyone knows what Loot Crate is.
Yeah.
And they've had some really good ones. They've had some really shitty ones. But you know what? Everyone knows what that is, whether they get it or not.
Hmm.
Some of these other ones, like I was just mentioning, like Nerd Block, that one's not really as well known. But you know what? Nintendo gets into it, and it's going to cause actual competition with Loot Crate, and it's
Okay.
going to make them step up. I probably won't go back to them, but honestly, if Nintendo came out with this, every single month I would get that. I mean, you're looking at getting Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, all this different, Donkey Kong, just basically so much of this cool Nintendo stuff uh, in this little box every single month. Who wouldn't be for that?
I am all for that. And I don't even need any more stuff or anything, but I'm gonna get that. So.
I just need like more shelves. I still have fucking boxes over there that have been sitting there since I moved in.
Hmm.
I've been in this apartment like 5 months now.
Well, hurry up and move in.
I know I should. Some of it is like, well, I need to get some shelves, and I've been a little tight on money recently, but like I'm good now, and I need to just go buy fucking $20 shelves. Because like, dude, I have a box. Okay, you know I'm a huge wrestling nerd.
Yeah.
I have one of the big fucking box. I thought my cat was laying on it. I was gonna have to shoo her off. I have a giant box. I'm so like,
It's
you
so
know,
narrow.
yeah, I know it's so narrow. Like I look on Skype and I could put my arms out and I see that, yeah, oh yeah, he's showing it's really big. But then I look at your screen share and what's on OBS, and there's just like my face.
Yep. Gotta keep it tight.
Gotta
Tight shot.
You know, this is where the money is. So there we go. No, I have a huge ass box though that's filled up with nothing but my wrestling action figures that are still in the fucking box.
Oh yeah.
And now I find out I need to get a fucking Roddy Piper one. That sucked, man.
Yeah.
That was fucking out of nowhere, like Dusty Rhodes, but it sucked. Actually, I might have a Roddy in there somewhere. Either way, like it's funny. Anytime my mom goes to like an antique store or something,
Hmm.
she'll always like immediately look for wrestling toys, and then immediately call me and be like, "Hey, Chris, do you have this one? Do you have this one? No, okay, I picked it up for you." And then she always gets me at Christmas a random wrestling figure and like one of those foam belts.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
fuck yeah, dude, my mom's awesome. So no, so like I just need to get some shelves so I can put some of that shit up and like some of my other stuff. Um, so yeah, I'm trying to think of what else there was that we're going to talk about as well. Um, you know what? Did you hear about the new Hearthstone expansion?
Um, I read a little bit about it, not much. But I was actually, I'm coming over, dude. I'm gonna start playing it
You are?
because
I go back and forth because like it takes so long to kind of get in the swing of it. I shouldn't even say get in the swing of it because you got to level up and then you got to fucking um, get all these cards and do all these stupid quests with classes you don't even want to fucking play.
yeah,
And that really puts me off to it. Like I have one quest right now where I have to put out 100 cards that are under 2 mana each. That takes a fucking while.
Yep.
And then there's another one where I have to do 100 damage to people. Like, that one takes a little while, too. Like, I understand that that's fucking 3.5 wins.
Yep.
But still, that could fucking take a while when I keep getting matched with people that have been doing it for a while and, you know, have all these awesome cards that they've been able to craft.
Yep.
So that part turns me off to it a little bit, but overall, I think it's a super fun game. You can actually pre-order and get a bunch of the new cards.
Yeah.
You get like 50 packs for $50.
I don't know if I'm going to do that, but
I'm going to eat. But it's really nice for you Hearthstone fans out there.
Yeah.
50 card. You know, let me just pull up my BattleNet launcher.
But I just decided that since Scrolls wasn't going to be around anymore, that
They stop in Scrolls.
yeah. So Microsoft announced, I don't know if it was like a week or two ago, that probably since we've had an episode last, but they announced that they're stopping Scrolls. So the servers are going to stay up for a year, but then after that they're going to shut everything down. They're not making any new cards. There's no new patches or anything like that coming out in the next year. They're just going to keep the servers active for people who are playing it. And it really bums me out because I really liked playing that game over Hearthstone, but since Hearthstone's a huge juggernaut, they didn't want to have to put all the extra work into it, and they really only bought Mojang for Minecraft, so
Yeah.
they're just stopping it, unfortunately. So I'll just switch over and start playing Hearthstone, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, welcome over. You know what? Me and you'll just have to play against each other then.
Yep.
And that way we can actually like level up and get decent cards.
Yeah. Oh, once I get settled in, you know, get back into the groove of things, maybe we'll have to play it on the show.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Because we haven't played that one yet, so.
No, and we can actually like play it while we're doing stuff. Like, I mean, just fucking play it while we're talking to each other.
Yep.
Just like casually playing. You know, we'll be in the middle of, oh yeah, so you know this game's coming out. Oh, Chris, fuck you. I can already tell that's gonna happen. So
sure.
That actually seems like it would be a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
You know, and I've never played against a robot, so that would be nice. I'm making fun of your microphone.
Oh,
and
it
your
still
voice.
sounds like that?
Oh yeah. You know what? It's cool. It's cool. I'm guessing Justine is like.
She had a question for me.
Oh.
So.
But anyway, so all right, let's talk a little esports because we're both in a big period for our respective games right now.
Mm-hmm.
Since you have big international stuff, I'm going to start with League so we can get to the big stuff in a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, looking at League of Legends, it's actually a week off for the North American and European LCS. We did have a couple of OGN games this week, though. At least yesterday. I can't pull them all up. Let's see here. If that actually wants to come up right now. There we go. So Sonic Boom actually had a win today over Jin Air Green Wings, which was kind of surprising. Like, Jin Air's kind of on the cusp right now of are they going to make it to playoffs or are they not? So we'll see how that goes with them. The other game today, I want to say it was like an SKT game, so it doesn't matter. We already know that SKT won. No, it was in. That's LPL. Oh, hey, there were some LPL games today as well. Unlimited Potential versus Snake, which was won 2-0 by Snake. Also had the Masters 3 versus Invictus Gaming, won 2-0 by Invictus. But let's go back to that European and North American LCS. Like I said, we do have the week off. We finished the regular season last week. Let's look at Europe first. Getting relegated out of the league once again, the Copenhagen Wolves. Everyone kind of saw this coming. They have had a really rough year. Having to fight for their spots to stay in the LCS once again is SK Gaming, along with the surprise Gambit Gaming, who's been such a powerhouse over the years, back from their Moscow 5 days. Granted, they only have 2 people from the original Moscow 5 left. It looked like they were coming back a little bit, but they ended up sliding back down, and they're in 8th place and will have to play in relegation. Elements finished in 7th. They will not be in the playoffs, but they keep their LCS dreams alive. They'll be seeing them again next year. Fnatic and Origin finished 1 and 2. Fnatic 18-0 regular season. Congratulations to them. They played a hell of a year. Can't wait to see what they do at Worlds. I think they're going to be the best team in the West currently, to put up a fight against our Asian overlords. So coming up next week, we have H2K Gaming versus Giants, followed by Unicorns of Love versus Team Rocket. The semifinals will be the week after that. Looking at the Challenger Series as well that starts next week, Gamers 2 will take on Mouse Esports, and Denial EU will take on Dignitas EU. Of course, the winner of the Challenger Series will get to the LCS. They're automatically in the LCS. Second place and third place will be in the relegation tournament to try to fight their way into the LCS. Taking a look at the North American LCS, Team Dragon Knights had a really rough year. They spent over half the season without even their full roster. They're out. They're headed back down to the Challenger Series. Team 8 and Enemy Esports are going to be fighting in the relegation series. Cloud9 not making it to playoffs, but they keep their world stream alive. Had they gone into relegation, they would have automatically been eliminated from the gauntlet for the regional third place. Team Liquid, Team CLG, number 1 and number 2. Congratulations on both of them. Liquid has had a fantastic year. CLG has had some ups and downs, but they're really on point right now, and I'm kind of scared of what they can do in the playoffs because, well, as a TSM fan, we're having a little bit of a rocky time right now. They're down in 5th place. They'll be taking on Gravity Gaming next week, which Gravity has been really just the bane of TSM this year. TSM finished 11-7. That's really rough for those guys. And I think they haven't finished anything lower than 3rd place in an LCS regular season. The other game next week, we'll be seeing Team Impulse taking on Team Dignitas. Looking forward to that. Did have one unfortunate retirement this week as well. Godlike over in the LPL. You might remember him from LMQ. He was Ackerman. He has decided to go ahead and retire. Farewell, good sir. It was a pleasure watching you. I forgot to mention the North American Challenger Series. Coming up next week for the semifinals, we have Renegades taking on Imagine, as well as Coast taking on Cloud9 Tempest. Renegades is the one I'm actually going for. I would love to see those guys in there. Crumbs in the jungle, Alex Ish in freaking the mid. I wish they would keep Maple Street in there as the top ADC, but they actually have Jeebus in there, who I just found out recently is actually from freaking Afghanistan. So that's actually really cool. So good luck to those guys, and that's all I got for LCS. What do you got for us?
Yeah, nothing's going on this week in Dota. Nothing at all. I'm totally kidding, because obviously this week was group stages of the International 5, the biggest esports tournament of the year for prize pool anyways. Holy crap, it was been a really crazy week. This has been, as far as I remember, the most even tournament for any Dota tournament at all ever, but definitely the most evenly matched international that we've ever had, which is awesome. So many crazy games. We had way more rapiers than should have been necessary in just the group stages, which, you know, that's that make or break item that gives you crap loads of damage, but if you die, you drop it, and then the other team can pick it up. So, damn, it's like a super risky move, but there's one of the teams had 3 of them in one of the games. It's like, holy crap, dude. Because they're super expensive and super crazy and super risky. So I have been trying to watch that while working and everything all week, but I caught some really good games. We actually had a pretty decent point spread for the most part. So they did the group stages in 2 groups of 8. We have Group A, Group B for the 16 teams total. So I'll just list off the order in Group A, and then I'll do Group B. So Group A, finishing first in that group for the points, was LGD with 17 points. Second place was Team Secret with 15 points, which is maybe kind of an upset, because a lot of people think that Team Secret might actually win this tournament, but LGD has been really strong too, so they actually LGD edged them out by 2 points. And then coming from pretty much out of nowhere, Complexity Gaming, winners of the American qualifiers, got 3rd place in their group, which is awesome because they're in the top 4. They get in the upper bracket for the actual thing. So we actually have 2 American teams that we can root for right now, which is awesome. And then finishing out the top 4 of Group A was Cloud9 with 10 points. And then the bottom 4 of Group A was MVP Phoenix, Invictus Gaming, and then Fnatic, and then poor little Navi, Natus Vincere. A lot of people like them. They're one of the most popular teams, but they just didn't have it for this tournament, I guess, so far. Not out yet, although they do get in the lower half of the group. They get into the lower bracket, which the first round is best of 1, so it's kind of brutal. But at least they're in the main event, because nobody gets out on group stages this year, unlike last year. But Group B, just barely edging out. Evil Geniuses pulled 1st place in their group with 13 points. Also with 13 points, CDEC or CDEC Gaming, they were the winner of the wild card. So they really should have no reason to do that well in this tournament, but holy crap, they just demolished everybody in that group, which Group B has been the craziest group of all of them. There's so many, like, traded blows and everything for those matches. So Evil Geniuses eased them out, though, into 1st place by actually 2-0ing CDEC in their round-robin matches. So that's why they finished 1st. eHome got 3rd place in the Group B, followed by Virtus Pro. So the bottom of Group B is Team Empire, and then Vici Gaming, Newbie, and MVP Hot 6. I really hope that Newbie does better because I placed him in my compendium as doing better. They're in the top 6 in my compendium, so they're going to really have to fight for that spot if they're going to win me some points. But so that is the standings from this week. The actual tournament bracket matches start on Monday, and we will have LGD versus Empire, CDEC versus Cloud9, EG versus Complexity, so an America versus America matchup there, and then Secret versus eHome for the upper bracket. Lower bracket is going to be MVP Phoenix versus Newbie, VG versus Navi, VP versus Fnatic, and IG versus MVP Hot 6. And all of those matches are best of 1. And then after that, we go into best of 3s for everything else. And it's going to be a crazy week. So that is why I have the week off next week, is just so I can sit around and clean the house and do nothing but watch and play Dota. And I am super excited. And then we're going to St. Louis to Laclede's LAN, which is an Intel Extreme LAN party. What are those called?
Intel Extreme Masters?
No, not Extreme Masters.
No, yeah. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Intel, their LAN party thing. Anywho, it's an Intel-sponsored LAN party.
Okay.
So we're going to that, and we're actually going to watch the grand finals on Saturday in St. Louis. So if you're over there, totally get some tickets to Laclede's LAN and meet us up, because we'll be there, and it's going to be awesome. And I have a partial team. We're going down. Our name is Mango Tangos. So I'm really excited.
So yeah. So if you're watching next week, by the way, it is going to be a tape delayed. We're going to record probably. I think we talked about Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. So
we'll record Thursday, and then I'm going to go ahead and replay it on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll be live, so you can check us out and everything on Thursday. But otherwise, he's going to tape delay it on Saturday. But also, last thing for international, we are at $17.9 million for prize pool right now, which is so crazy. We might get to 19 before this is over. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Also, they Valve yesterday released the Trove Carafe and the Lockless Luck Vase treasures that you can buy on the store. So you get a bunch of new immortal items there, and you can buy those for additional dollars with signatures by your favorite Dota2 casters and celebrities, or whatever you want to call them, personalities. There we go. So I got some of those, got me a rare courier, which is a little tiny chibi bounty hunter. And I'm pretty happy. So I'm just waiting for my chance to buy all the loot and gear from the secret shop when it's available to normal people, so that way I can get all my lockless luck vases. Because most of the items from the secret shop give you those lockless luck vases that you can then redeem and get for things. So I'm excited. So speaking of excited, did you enjoy this game? Our game this week that was Cthulhu Saves the World?
Yes, I did. Fuck yes, I did, dude. It's been such a great game. So it's a turn-based RPG, and when we say turn-based, we mean like legitimately turn-based. It's not just fill up the meter. Okay, now you can pick what you want. Go fill up the meter.
Right.
Turn. No, it's literally you pick what you want every single one of your characters to do. Where I'm at in the story, I got. How far did you get, by the way?
Not very far, because I had a lot of issions getting this game to run. Like, seems to be the normal thing, but I got it to run on my tablet, my good tablet here.
Okay, so did you make it through the tower? That's a no.
No.
No. Okay, so you go get the kid's dog, and then you got to go. You didn't even get the kid's dog yet.
No.
Did you even get like past the first boss, the 3 set of people?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you go to the town, and you talk to the kid.
Okay.
And he sends you to go find his dog.
Uh-huh.
And then from there, you have to go next door to the tower, and you climb all the way up the tower, and that's where you get the sword who joins your party. A fucking sword joins your party.
Okay, great.
Like, and it's funny, the stuff that you can equip him with, you equip him with blades, and his armor is hilts.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Yeah. Like, basically, the whole game is just a giant parody on the genre, basically.
We like playing parody games, parody RPGs, apparently.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so basically, you start out as Cthulhu, and he's being summoned back, and then he gets struck down, and he loses all of his powers. But to get all of his powers back, he has to become a good guy. So he's trying to go around and do all these heroic things to become a good guy. And the first thing he does is he finds this chick, and he saves her. And she, like, falls in love with him, and he's a total dick to her.
And she loves it.
Oh, yeah, she does. I mean, well, she gets kind of pissed off at it, but yeah, she fucking loves it. Like, there's one point when you get to the first boss, which is you have to face the 3 RPG generic people, the thief, the warrior, and the priest.
Yep.
And they're like, well, hey, why'd you pick this person for your party? And he's like, if I would have picked her, I would have picked somebody prettier. Yeah. And she's like, hey, fuck you. No, it's a lot of fun, though. You know, like, eventually you get to a town that's full of, like, nothing but dancing zombies.
Okay.
You don't get to fight them. They're too busy, like, fucking dancing and shit. But, like, you have to navigate your way around the town. And go through, like, buildings, and, like, they're blocking all this shit off. So far, it's such a fun game. I'm trying to not actually rush through it right now, though, so that I can actually, like, really enjoy the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's one thing we try to do too much is just, like, rush through the games. This is not a game you want to rush through.
Yeah, I was trying to enjoy it, which is why I didn't get very far, but I also didn't have a whole lot of time because of the...
I have no excuse. I had 2 fucking weeks.
Yeah.
Plus, I bought the thing on the frickin' summer sale, so...
Sure.
Yeah, but no, overall, it's been a lot of fun. I like the combat, though. Let's go back to that for a minute.
Yeah.
We mentioned how you pick everything, and then go from there. And it's all based on how much agility you have, who goes first, enemies and your team. There's 4 basic stats. I keep, like, coming down here, and that's fucking out of the view. We need to fix this shit, Clint. 4, yes. 4 different stats.
Yeah.
You have your strength, which is pretty obvious. Vitality, obvious. Agility is your speed, and then your magic, which is your magic. The different people that I have in the group right now, you have Cthulhu, who's the main character. He does a lot of. He has a little bit of. You can build him magic, or you can build him strength. Yeah. Either way works. You have. I forget the chick's name, who's just basically Cthulhu's bitch at this point. She's basically your healer.
Right.
Then you get the sword, which is all physical damage once again. And then in the zombie town, you get a fourth person right at the end of the level before you beat the before you attack the next boss. And she's a magic dealer. So, yeah. And then, you pick what you want for each person to do. And then based on their agility, that determines the order on who's going to go first. What I really like, too, is the leveling system, which is how you get to decide how to build what you want. You get two options every single time that you level up. So you get to choose, Cthulhu's the best example for this one. With him, you get to choose either to level up something magic or to level up something strength.
Right.
So far, I've gone all strength with him. I might do another playthrough eventually where I do all magic with him. But you kind of got to conserve a little bit on your mana, because the only way to get mana back is to go through a fight, and then you get little bits of mana here and there.
Yeah, you don't get so your health actually regens all the way at the end of a fight. Like when you go into the next fight, you're always at max health. But
yeah, that part's nice.
It's always a slow crawl to get your mana back up. So you can't just you can't really just use a spell every match. You have to sometimes just hold out, chill out a little bit, and just do attacks with your mage or whatever, the healer chick. And it's it's not the easiest thing to do. It's definitely more of an old school feel to it, but that's okay. I mean, that's what this type of game is. It's more of an old school feel. So it's not easy mode really.
No, and you can put it on easy mode, but
yeah.
So far there's parts that are challenging. There's parts that are super easy. One thing that I like that I only found out when I was playing last night, you can actually save anywhere.
Yeah, no, I figured that out fairly shortly, it's silly, but it's
well, they confuse you with it because they put save points in places.
Yep.
But I guess those are just markers on, okay, dude, seriously, you need to fucking save right here because you're about to go face a boss and you're gonna die a couple of times because they can be bitches.
Well,
the boss I'm stuck on right now is such a pain in the ass because you'll go through your first round and they'll fuck up one character, and before you can heal that character in the next turn, they've already killed her.
Yep.
So then, you revive her with a potion. In the meantime, they've totally fucked up your healer, and before you can heal your healer back up, they've killed your fucking healer, and then you're screwed because the boss has 10,000 hit points.
Yeah, I ended up just saving after every fight pretty much because I was just I don't want to have to do this again because there's a lot of I felt the main thing I felt about the game is based on which enemies you had in a fight, there is only one way to actually beat each scenario, each combination of enemies, because otherwise you're going to have a huge problem of actually taking them out or anything, because they'll kill one of your people before you can actually kill the other one. So there's a specific order that you have to kill them in order to get to the fight correctly.
Now there is a lot of just the random pop-up fights that you can just face roll through.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice because even if somebody dies in your party, as soon as the fight's over, they fucking come back anyways.
Yeah. But even with those fights, there is an order that you beat them in that makes it way easier.
Oh, yeah.
So if you know that order, you just have to remember, okay, I have to take this one first, and then these two, and then...
Yeah.
And then it's super easy. Otherwise, it's well, this is actually challenging,
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, I think it's time to go because your robot voice is getting worse and worse.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's being a bitch. I do apologize to everyone who watches this video and has to hear Clint sound like a robot.
Sorry, guys.
So anyway, overall, great game. Recommend that you buy it. It's fairly cheap on Steam, and my Steam isn't open, so I can't.
Maybe just wait for a sale or something, because it
yeah.
always goes on sale for cheap. It's been on sale for a couple sales now. So
yeah, and how much was it on sale? Only like $3 or $4.
Well, I think when I bought it, I bought Cthulhu Saves the World, Breath of Death, or Breath of Death 2, or something like that. It like came
because it comes with another game. Breath of Death, was that the one that I think I know which one you're talking about there? That's where is it?
I'll look at it here.
No, that was Shining Force. Shining Force and Shining Force 2 was the one that I was telling you about that I bought. And I couldn't find it on my list, and I'm like, where the fuck is it? And then I looked at my Sega Genesis and Mega Drive Classics, and it's in there. Like, I was just looking for like some small RPGs to play, and I was like, oh, this looks like a good indie game. No, it turns out it was an old fucking Sega game.
So it was it's Cthulhu Saves the World and Breath of Death 7 is the two games that I got in a combo pack or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Okay, so seriously, if you buy it right now, it's not even on sale. It's $2.99.
Okay, well, just buy it then.
Yeah, just fucking buy it. Okay, so I think we got it for like 99 cents then.
Probably. I probably got it for 99 cents in a 2-pack or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but either way, you end up getting Breath of Death 7, which I actually know nothing about that game, so we might have to eventually pick that one up and
we'll
go
play it later, yeah.
So, but let's talk this week's game, which we've already talked about a little bit. So why don't you talk about it?
So, next week's game is Dungeon Defenders 2, which is actually, I hope you don't hate me for it. I didn't realize it till after I picked it, but it hasn't been a problem. But it's pre-alpha currently.
Yeah, it's early access.
But it's actually really good for early access. The only problem is sometimes it's a little hard to get matchmaking going, like get a party going. But it is a tower defense, third-person action RPG.
Literally, it's a fucking tower defense MOBA.
Yeah, but it's
that's
not...
it. I played it a little bit. That's exactly how I feel about it.
Right, but it's not multiplayer. It's just single. It's just it's not versus multiplayer. It's only like co-op against AI or against hordes, and that's it. But yeah, no, that's kind of how it feels and everything. Yeah, but the first game was really popular, and it's now in the Forever Edition or whatever it is. But this seems like it's going to be free to play. But currently, right now, it's what, like 15 or 20, or maybe it's $20 when it's not on the midweek madness.
That could be. But
it's like if you've actually ever played Orcs Must
Die. $25 right now.
Oh, okay. So not on midweek, it's $25. So maybe wait till it's on sale again or something, or until it actually fully comes out. But it's a really good game to just pick up with your friends and just say, hey, do you want to just take a couple hordes down? And they're like, yeah, we'll do it. And then you can hop in. And it has that satisfying like loot drop thing that MMOs have, where you're just like, oh, dang, I got a sweet loot drop this time. I'm excited about that. So Justine and I have actually been playing it a bit, and it's a really good game for that. Just playing the game together, and it's not too hard. It's really easy to pick up. But then once we've gotten the swing of things, it was like, okay, this is actually pretty easy. We're thinking about upping the difficulty like way above our level right now, but we'll see what happens.
Well, next time you guys play, let me know, and maybe I'll hop in there with you.
Yeah, I've been streaming it too, so if you check me out on twitch.tv/icebug, pretty much anytime I play it, I'll probably just be streaming it, so... and I'll let you know so we can play together, all three of us, and just totally dominate on some mobs.
That would be fun. All right, well, time is running out now, especially I need to get going. So find me online at DJ_DarkwingD on Twitter. You could also follow me, follow the Facebook page. You know what? Screw it. Where do we find you first?
At icebug on Twitter. And facebook.com/icebug, and Steam, my actual, it's Steam community/u/icebug or whatever, and twitch.tv/icebug, since I'm actually streaming a little bit here and there. And then you can follow us at ClickBoom Show on Twitter and Facebook.com/ClickBoomPodcast. We've actually started putting up a lot more articles about things that have been going on in the week. So, like, if you want to check out what we're checking out throughout the week for video game news, or maybe some technology stuff in there too, since that's what I'm into, we'll put it on there. ClickBoom Show, also Twitter, we'll have some stuff on there too. We'll just get a little... Eventually, we'll figure out this social media thing. And
I'm just not a social media person. I resisted Facebook for so long. I didn't get on Twitter until I had to when I started casting.
Right.
So, by the way, with the Facebook page, you can always judge kind of what we're going to be talking about this week by what we post on Facebook. So, we're not going to talk about all of it. Like, there's a couple of Fallout articles that I posted. We're not going to talk about stuff like that, but, you know, the Nintendo crate, the ESL drug scandal, Fallout crate, all that kind of shit. We post stuff like that, and you can always get a feel for what we're going to be discussing this week. So, all right. Well, you got anything else, Clint?
Nope. That's great.
All right.
Great show.
Well, for Clint, I'm Chris. We'll see you next week.